When we go to the other side, upload your mind for a brand new life.
So this delay here, I've actually got two delays running on the vocals. We're going to have a look at the send channels a little bit later. I want to look at all of those together. The vocal is running into the, I've got a vocal reverb channel and I've got a vocal delay channel. Actually, we will look at the vocal delay channel because that's doing a specific effect. But this delay I've got as the insert. This is really just for a bit of spaciousness. Again, it's not a particularly standard way of doing it. It's just what I wanted to hear, because synthwave, what you want to hear is massive, okay? You want to hear this great, big, spacious, exotic, luscious mix.
When we go to the others.
So it's going ping pong, it's going hard left and right, it's heavily filtered, so we're not hearing really low-end delay hits. Feedback is relatively low, so really it's just a spatial effect that I'm using here.
When we go to the other side.
And then the one and only third-party plugin I'm using is this Tal Chorus. Just because it sounds fantastic, and I like the idea of something very simple being turned on and off, maybe a little bit of dry wet, just working without having to mess around with too many settings. You know me.
When we go to the other side.
So it's just that little bit of thickness. And the dry wet level is there no reading for it? You can see that there. It's like, I don't know, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock.
When we go to the other side, upload your mind for a brand new.
And then I've just got a little bit of compression.
When we go to the other side.
See, the gain reduction is so minimal there, but it's just helping any of those errant delay hits that are going on, anything at all. It's just going to capture those. But again, the recording was so good, didn't really need a lot. And then the final EQ, I'm doing another high pass just in case any of these other plugins, especially the saturated, just in case they generated anything that we don't need. And I'm just pushing it up a tiny little bit in the mid-lows, just for a little bit of strength and presence. Let's have a listen. In fact, let's have a listen to that little boost there.
When we go to the other side, upload your mind for a brand new life.
You see what I mean? It just pushes like the body of the vocals forward a little bit. So just quickly switching on the sends, I have got it going to the vocal reverb as well. So this vocal reverb is vocal pop hall. Again, this is from Hybrid. I think it's only the vocals that are going through this. Because I've called it the vocal reverb, doesn't mean to say that's the only thing I'm going to send through it. But I think in this case I have. So we've got the vocal pop hall. Is that what it says? Yeah. I've also got another EQ on it. Again, high passing it because the reverb might generate something low-endy, which we don't want. And then I've taken out this dangerous, potentially dangerous mid-low range.
When we go to the other side, upload your mind.
Yeah. That can be quite boxy down there. I don't want that in reverb. So listening to the vocal group again by itself, I'm going to have this vocal reverb off and on so you can hear what it's doing. It sounds like it's too much in isolation, possibly. But again, we're 80s inspired here. Like, reverb was thrown at stuff back then, and I'm a fan of using it, so I did it.
When we go to the other side, upload your mind for a brand new life.
Okay. And then the last effect we'll look at, again, we will look at these send return effects channels later, but this effect in particular it's quite specific to the vocals. So let's just go back to the beginning here. So you'll see what I've got is a delay. It's set to half notes, 8/16. It's set to half notes. And when we listen to what's going on, let me just switch these two off.
These are only bones, that's what they say.
Say.
Nobody needed here anyway.
So it's that's the tempo we're listening to. But because they're not heavily filtered, what I've actually done, and you may have seen this technique before, but I've used a compressor to sidechain this delay signal to the vocal group itself. Okay, so the vocal is going to be ducking this delay. So as long as the vocal's occurring, you won't be hearing this delay. The delay will only kick in once the vocal's stopped. I've got a similar kind of EQ there, cutting out this 400-500 hertz region and its high pass again. We don't need to look into that too much. But just have a listen to what the vocal is doing in terms of ducking out this delay.
These are only bones, that's what they say.
Then it comes in. In fact, it would be a good idea to take the delay out that's on the insert so we can hear it properly.
These are only bones, that's what they say.
There it is.
Nobody needed here anyway.
There it is. So it's no different than ducking a bass line with a kick. We're ducking this delay line with the vocal itself, so that what the delay is acting on is ducking the delay sound. So we don't get that delay muddying up the vocal. We want to hear the vocal. The other delay I had is the insert, very heavily filtered, and it's panned left and right. The vocal is down the center, this delay is left and right. So the delay is already out the way, and I wanted that stereo width all the time, if that makes sense. And then the last thing I want to look at is this ad-lib down here. I've kept it separate because I've processed it slightly differently. And these are just the little frilly bits that go around the outside of the vocals. So let's have a listen to this. Have I got this on?
All the way.
So it's just doing that. Ad-lib and a harmony.
Back again.
Very Tears for Fears, right? And in the context of the vocals.